So, hi, I'm Venu Gupta, Managing Director with Toilet Board Coalition. Work with sanitation entrepreneurs globally and helping them scale. I'm based in Delhi, in India. I'm going to talk about the new sanitation economics, the business models that are driving net positive economics, as well as provide some examples of the new sanitation economics at city scale. So the new sanitation economics from the demand side, look very buoyant right now. The onset of COVID in the last years has highlighted the importance of hygiene across communities in the world. And this has really spurred a lot of demand in varied products and services that are being demanded right now. So the demand has become not only more buoyant, but also more multidimensional, I would say. From the supply side, there is tremendous innovation coming in. This is something that we see each year. Each year we work with a specific set of accelerators, and we see the innovation that's coming in toilets, the innovation that's coming in treatment, across products and services, and of course, smart technologies that are coming in into sanitation. Today, robotics, artificial intelligence, cloud technology, as well as Internet of Things are all, they all have critical applications in sanitation. So how are business models driving the net positive economics in this context? And I think the first step is to really understand where the value is. And often we see that sanitation in itself is not fully defined in terms of the value. Sanitation is at the center, but there is a value that is derived from sanitation. So sanitation could mean hygiene. Hygiene could mean better tourism in a city. Sanitation could mean hygiene. Hygiene could mean better health outcomes in a community. And as we see in some cases in India, hygiene is really, really important for some religious towns as well. So while at the center of the value is sanitation, it does bear different values. And one of the first things that entrepreneurs do is to understand exactly the value that they're delivering to customers. Having understood that, fortunately now there are many products and services available to engineer the right kind of offering for the consumers at a cost that's now increasingly becoming very friendly for consumers. And finally, what the entrepreneurs are doing is also looking at a strategy that helps not only drive greater adoption by customers, but also a strategy that helps more economies of scale. So as the generic adoption increases, as more and more beneficiaries want to become consumers, there is also the case that as price eases for these products and services, that more and more consumers want to now find it more affordable or find it more valuable to buy those products and services. So this multiplier effect of adoption, but also price going down is helping the entrepreneurs drive net positive economics. And at the city scale, if I have to look at some examples, I think one very generic example is the infrastructure as a service. In sanitation, as you can imagine, is a really infrastructure intensive sector. It requires creation of multiple kinds of assets that have a long life, perhaps 15 to 20 years. And yet these are assets that you cannot expect consumers to pay right now while they enjoy the benefits of these assets over the long term. And so we see multiple infrastructure as a service models succeeding in the sanitation space, whether it is pay-per-use toilets, pit emptying services that are quite popular in cities. We also see treatment as a service in some cases for apartment blocks or for facility scale applications. And so for all these different services that we see at the city level, the sort of underlying theme is unlocking infrastructure in a friendly, very affordable way for consumers every day. So with these new sanitation economics and with these business models that are driving net positive economics, what can governments do so that they can enable these solutions and models more effectively and reap the dividend of making this, turning the sanitation investment into a business opportunity as well. And we've seen that the government typically is the incumbent service provider when it comes to sanitation in multiple cities, and yet there's a large portion of that public investment which can be converted into a net positive economic business model. And what the governments can do is rather than provide direct subsidy to consumers or provide direct subsidy in terms of creation of assets, the government can look at structures and models that can reduce the burden of asset ownership for consumers and thereby making the pay-per-use services more affordable. And we feel that with the right kind of enablement, with the right kind of facilitation, the government's net investment, for example, for providing sanitation to 1 million people, can be a small fraction of what it currently is.